Hello, everybody. You have tuned into the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm your host, Sergeant Rich Myers with the Indiana State Police District 52 Public Information Office. And this show is brought to you each and every week by the Indiana State Police Alliance Cops for Kids. We thank them for their support of this show. And we've got a brand new thing we're trying out this week. We're actually videotaping this show also, so we can hopefully get it over to our website there on YouTube, and you'll be able to not only listen to the show but visually watch the show, which may or may not be good for a lot of people out there.
That may be a problem.
I've been told
people.
I have a face for radio,
Yeah.
Brian, so that
both.
may be right. So the voice you hear right now is a person that's been on the show with us many times and has been in the Public Information Office for a long time. It's First Sergeant Brian Oli. Brian, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me here, Rich. It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been. And you and person there to your right, I'll let you introduce him.
I've brought with me today a new staff person that's been with the Indiana State Police as a civilian employee for a little over 6 months, but don't let the gray hair fool you. He's still a young, fine-looking man, and he'll probably be the thing that everybody focuses on video. But Tom Trial is with us today, and Tom is the new videographer for the Indiana State Police, and it's a position we had when I came on the department and when I came into the section and was gone for a long time. We brought Tom back, and Tom's not fresh out of college, even though he looks like it, but he's actually got about 33 years in broadcast media, starting out in the Lafayette area doing broadcast media at one of that local TV station there, and then came to Indianapolis and was here for over 26 years as a videographer for one of the local media outlets here. So highly experienced, highly talented, and we're very happy to have him as part of our Public Information Office, and we're going to use his talents to do a whole plethora of different things. But one of the things we're doing different things with. Really, what we're filming today for the Roadshow, we're going to put this on YouTube, and YouTube, our channel on YouTube, is a new thing for us, something we've been trying to do for several years, but we needed someone of Tom Trial's ability and his expertise to help us kind of polish up what we could do.
Tom is, like you say, he's only been here 6 months, and it seems like he's done 6 years worth of work already. He has been busy, busy, busy. I know a lot of places that we've had him at over the events since he's been here, and he's gathered up all this tape footage that we're seeing on YouTube now.
Yeah, and we launched our YouTube channel in the last week as the Indiana State Police Information Channel. You can find it on YouTube there, just YouTube, Indiana State Police Information Channel. But we really kind of launched it. We put a few videos on there as we kind of finished them. But we really launched it this past week with a video that was pays homage to the we will get out of our cars as part of the Perry Wren, Officer Perry Wren with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, and the national show of support that's gone out with that, with other agencies in as far away as Sarasota, Florida, locally, doing support videos of We Will Get Out of Our Car. And we did something locally, and basically if you go to the YouTube channel, you can see it there. It's a video that includes all of the heads of police agencies in Marion County. So the Superintendent Carter with the State Police, the Sheriff, Sheriff Layton from Marion County, Chief Height, and then each of the smaller police agencies, to include Butler University, IUPUI, University of Indianapolis, all the police chiefs of the small towns, Cumberland, I'm going to forget somebody, Beech Grove, Lawrence, Claremont, Chief Dulworth at Claremont, and Chief Campbell at Speedway.
Well, I know as we're talking
all featured in that.
now, it's been open not quite 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's had 3,500 hits. Is that what I'm hearing?
Roughly, yeah.
Wow.
We've had 3,500 views.
That's
And some of the local media picked up on it yesterday and did a story on it with the TV stations here in the greater Indianapolis area. And I mean, we go statewide with this show, but also, what YouTube allows us to do is go international. We have all kinds of different ways we want to use video to interact with the public, and it's part of our outreach as an agency, and part of what Superintendent Carter asks us to do. A lot of people forget that, part of a trooper's job is to be in his community and part of his community, whether that's going and talking to a church group or going and talking to a scout group or giving a presentation at a Kiwanis club on what you should do with your house when you go on vacation. I mean, those are the kind of things that we ask people to contact your local state police post and request a program, and that's part of what we do in the community. But this is just another way for us to reach out to the community. We've got all kinds of different ideas of ways we want to put things not only together for YouTube, but also within the agency. I mean, Tom's going to save us some money with training expenses, because we're going to use video to do training, and rather than have guys having to drive somewhere. So there's a ton of ways we can use video, but YouTube, I mean, really is what we're focusing on today, and that's just a way we can really interact with the public and let them see who we are, what we do, and provide information to them too.
Great. Well, Tom, let me talk to you here for a minute. Now, where did you start your career at as far as video? How did you get involved with this audio-video thing you do?
Well, my career did start in Lafayette at Channel 18.
Pull that a little closer to you.
In, I believe, 1981.
Okay.
And I was there for 6 years as chief photographer. And then during that time, I met my wife, and we both moved down here to Indianapolis in 1987. And I was working for the ABC affiliate here ever since. Saw the opportunity, then posting on the state website, and I said, this is an opportunity that I cannot pass up. And I have not regretted it one instant since being here.
It's pretty much because of the people he works with.
That's right.
I'm sure.
Well, now, I know when you stepped in here, did you go, oh my gosh, they have nothing?
Well, I said, oh my gosh, you have nothing.
Yeah, we had nothing. I mean, and that was what I alluded to earlier is we had a videographer, and it had been almost a decade since we had anybody. And even if we still had equipment, it would have been a decade old.
Right.
We'd been we would have had one of those big boxy VHS cameras that you used to stick on your shoulder to go out and try to record your kids.
There was a sharp transition from tape until digital.
Yeah.
And once digital came out, it left all tape behind.
Yeah.
And there was a still camera that I could work with and get up to speed until the equipment that I had budgeted for came in, and I haven't turned back since.
Now, when you're out and about, I know you've been to a lot of events this year. State Fair, Indianapolis 500, Brickyard 400. Are you finding people are welcoming you?
Very much so. Very much so. At first, they didn't understand what the purpose my position
Policemen are kind of
provided.
they're shy, aren't they? They don't want to get on that camera and see what we're going to do.
And after the first,
just like Dave Burston.
Yeah. After the
Yeah.
after the first video was out, then they understood, and it was like, oh, well, I could have done that.
Yeah.
And now it's I've got all the different parts of the agency requesting, can you help us out?
Good. I think you're going to be a well sought after man here very shortly, since this YouTube videos have kicked off and people see what can be done. And like Brian was saying, with the training aspect alone is going to be keeping you busy and traveling.
Yeah, I mean,
around.
all kinds of recruiting videos and promotional videos and public safety videos and just good reminders that we can post on YouTube of, just different things about driving safety, personal safety, home safety, whatever it may be.
How to change a tire.
Absolutely. I mean,
We need that
we are limited only by our imagination.
Yeah. Well, again, you're listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow. You're not only listening, but hopefully you're going to be watching the Indiana State Police Roadshow. And like I said, this is kind of our first trial at this, and then hopefully this is going to work out and be something that we can utilize each and every week for the Roadshow. But we're brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance. Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. And we're talking about our new venture into audio-video on the YouTube channel. Brian, when this all started, did you kind of think, I don't know if it's going to work or not?
No, I mean, I knew it absolutely was going to work. I mean, this is something I've been pushing for with previous administrations, with this administration. I mean, social media has been here for, over a decade now. Things like Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, those have all been around. They're ways that people communicate. It's changed how we communicate, sometimes for the good, but also sometimes for the bad. But it's a medium that we use and we need to be within. And we looked at some other platforms for video. And YouTube is where the majority of the people are, and it just allows you to put your information out there unfiltered in our format, and it's going to give us an opportunity to do that. And I knew absolutely this will be a successful thing for us as long as we have content and as long as we have something good to tell people and we do it professionally.
Right.
We're going to have success with it.
How many videos do we have on there now?
I believe 6.
5, 6
Okay.
videos, and we'll have some more. I mean, and we'll take some up, take some down. We want it to be fresh, and that's one of the things that Tom's going to really. I mean, that's one of his areas. One of the things we talked about when we hired Tom was, YouTube's going to be your baby, and you're going to kind of manage it. Tom is a very creative eye, and we work together with other people in our office to really get things done and to get things filmed. But the We Would Get Out of Our Cars was really a team effort of all the different agencies coming together. It was a perfect cooperation thing. We shot it, right here in front of this MS building where we record this radio show, right down on the circle, and utilized some really cool technology. We used a very small drone camera to just shoot from above, so we didn't need a boom, which saved us some time and effort. And we used some cool features, and we've got really good equipment. I mean, because it's all new, it's all modern. And the editing and the video, and then you know, you can have all that equipment though, but without somebody who has experience and an eye for that,
and
which is Tom,
yeah,
to put some things together. I mean, I had a vision for this video, and then he put some things into it that really impressed me. And you know, just we were recording some stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't know where you're going with that. And then when he edits it, it's like, oh, okay, I see where
I
you're
can
going.
tell by where, you know, watching the videos, and I watched the state fair, or the Indy and the Brickyard, and even the car show that you were all at. You know,
the Church Brothers car show,
yeah.
the Wounded Warriors Project.
Excellent work, Tom.
And, thank you very much. And that's what one of my purposes is, to show everybody out there in the state, and everybody wants to look at YouTube, is the state police aren't just people who ride around in cars. They're involved in many different things in the community, not only on the state's time, on their personal time also.
Right. Yeah.
And that's it's a nice window to see that and be involved in.
I think what we're going to find out very, very, very quickly is that you need help.
Well, right now I do have my plate full.
Yeah.
And my calendar is full.
I'm sure it is, and the requests and things, and hopefully it'll slow down a little bit here. Our special projects are kind of winding up, maybe, but
I'd rather have it full than me sitting around thinking, what am I going to do today?
But now
I always have choices.
We just got the academy starting too, so I'm sure that's going to be a lot of things that they're.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. We're using social media right now at the academy. You can follow along in our 74th Recruit Academy on our Facebook page, and we have a whole album. And we're trying to get pictures every week to let you see what's going on at that academy. It's really good for the families of the recruits to see behind the scenes. You know, they can come home and tell you, but to get a visual picture. I mean, we're visual people, and, you know, for the most part. So getting those pictures, that's another place you can go.
Well, the YouTube site. My question is, who come up with the name Shield Productions?
That was actually kind of Tom's idea.
I love that.
We pitched different ideas, and we were trying to come up with an idea for it's sort of like a production company, like you see on a movie. And we just were thinking, you know, we want to brand what we have, and people to know that when you see it, it's from the Indiana State Police. And we actually used to have a magazine called the Silver Shield, and then it was called the Shield. And the office where Tom is, there's a lot of those old magazines in there from the 50s and 60s and even into the 70s. And he just said, you know, why don't we just call it Shield Productions, which fits right in line with what we had, and we use a shield. We have a shield as a badge. It fits perfect. Good.
Well, again, we're going to talk just about a couple more minutes. Here's what we got left. But we're talking with Brian Olai for the Public Information Office, and Tom, and I always mess up your last name. I always say Trio, but it's not, is it? It's Trial.
It's Trial.
Trial. Yes. And that's some...
Like court.
It's French.
Some fern name. Ferner. Ferner in here. But... talking about the YouTube and just the whole plethora, like Brian said a while ago, of the audio video that the state police has jumped into, and we're starting this roadshow off with our first roadshow, hopefully to be filmed and put on onto the website for state police. Anything else that I've missed that you want to push out there that we're jumping off into with our audio video? And if people are interested, how do they go about contacting us to do something?
Well, I mean, most of the stuff we shoot is internal. I mean, we shoot our own things. I mean, we're not.
But I mean, if another trooper or somebody else in the department said, "Hey, I'm interested in getting this done,"
yeah, I mean, they can, you know, internally they can contact the Public Information Office, and we'll put it into a potential project that we want to consider. And, you know, we've got several projects on our plate, some really creative things we want to do, and it's just kind of planning when we can get footage, because I mean, we don't shoot things necessarily chronologically and in order. We may have a project that takes us a year to put together because it takes us that long to get all the footage and get it together. And we get things sometimes when they happen. It's hard to talk about doing things in the wintertime and shoot them in the summer.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, again, you've been listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I want to thank Brian.
Thank you.
Thank Tom for coming in.
Thank you.
Been on our maiden voyage. Let's see how this goes. All right.
Thumbs up.
Again, thanks to the Indiana State Police Alliance, Cops for Kids, for sponsoring this. Thank you, Captain Dave Firstons out here in the outer hall, waving at us and saying hello. So we want to thank him for coming in today and looking over our maiden voyage here. So thanks for being here, Captain. And again, make sure I end it every week the same way that I do. Make sure you stay buckled up. It's your best form of safety. And always, always, always keep those kids in those car safety seats. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.